Nursey gets it.
You're a tease who turn him on, leave him burning and then you're gone. Looking out for another, anyone will do. You're in the mood for a dance, and when you get the chance, you are the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Dancing queen, feel the beat from the tambourine. Oh yeah, you can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl, watch that scene, digging the dancing queen. Digging the dancing queen.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, a little Abba. A little Abba. Just trying to think of a cool way to start today's stream off, and I was going to search through some of 17's music, and I thought, what does 17 remind me of? And I'm like, oh, yeah. There's that line in the Abba song. Nursey got it. How's everybody doing? Thanks for joining me. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Hope you guys are all doing well today. I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. BRB hasn't heard that song in years. Oh, my God. It's a great one, though, right? I don't know. It puts me in a good mood. Puts me in a good headspace. Hey, Jim, what's up? Well, today we're going to be doing the 17 album. What's this one called? Face the Sun, the Sector 17 album review reaction. Yeah. This one's been in the works for a couple weeks now. Got to thank a couple people here. We got Annie, Kit, and Nikki to thank for this stream. Thanks so much for putting the list together and putting a Google document together and organizing everything here for me so we can just go into this thing completely blind and experience it brand new for the first time. So seriously, ladies, real MVPs right there. Let's see here. You've only recently become a carrot, and I haven't had a lot of time to check out the full album because of work and everything. Well, yeah, it should be fun. We're going to dissect it. We're going to go into it, and we're going to go into it with fresh ears. I'm pumped. So you guys what? You call yourself the Carrots? That's the fandom? All right. I can embrace that. I mean, you could have picked a better vegetable. I mean, they're okay. All right, that's enough carrot. Let's go to the list. Yeah, carrots are okay. So let's see here. Boom. Look at this over here. I suppose carrots be like diamonds, but we like to say carrot. Okay. Oh, like a carrot diamond. I see. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any fancy jewelry. Otherwise, would have shagged that or brought that up. Oh, you picked the carrot emote for Discord. Okay, so it's just for you guys. Well, I guess I'll be munching on carrots, trying to get into the fandom here. Let's see here. Look at this thing. Everything looks so smooth and nice. Ooh. Look at all this information. All right, let's start this thing off with this guy over here. And we're going to be using the robot today. Because I'm not going to stumble over shit. Here we go.
YouTube, 17 Guide, Intro Only. A brief intro to who 17 is. Ignore the title of super long. This is one of several videos that make up the guide. We are only using the brief intro. 17 was set to debut in 2013, but it was postponed because Pledis, their agency, was in serious financial difficulties.
Yikes.
After their debut, there was a constant struggle with a lack of support, finances, and an inexperienced CEO. They spent years practicing in a basement with every moment broadcast online. Their company did not give them proper microphones or in-ears for live performances, so they
Yeah.
had to buy and perform with their own lower quality earphones or buds and microphones, or sometimes go.
Yeah, so I remember hearing about that. The last Live Request Wednesday, we had a couple 17 songs, or at least one 17 song, and people were telling me about that. They said that they have some meager beginnings that they started from.
Their company did not give them proper microphones or in-ears for live performances, so they had to buy and perform with their own lower quality earphones or buds and microphones, or sometimes go without. Despite these challenges, 17 was determined and talented enough to succeed as a true underdog story.
Respect.
A big part of their success comes from their ability to do things for themselves, such as writing production choreography. 92% of their songs have a member as first lyricist and 84% as the main composer. Of 111 published songs, only 2 are completely untouched by members. And they are original soundtracks for dramas. In 2020, Hybe became the majority shareholder of Pledis. 17 now has good equipment, support, practice rooms, and personal studios in the same building as BTS, Text, and Hyben, and others. In July of
Love Text.
2021, all 13 members renewed their contracts with Pledis a year early. Instead of each member individually meeting with the company to discuss the terms of their contracts, they collaborated and discussed their collective vision for the group's future and agreed to negotiate as one for a 5-year contract. The latest album, Face the Sun, sold over 2 million copies in the first week.
Damn.
BTS is the only other Korean artist to achieve that. It debuted at number 7 on Billboard 200, becoming 17's first top 10 hit in the US as well as their highest charting album yet in their career. It has stayed on the charts for 6 weeks so far. A repackaged version with additional songs, Sector 17, was released on July 18 and has now broken the 4-year record for the highest first-week sales of any repackaged album previously held by BTS single quote Love Yourself. Answer.
Interesting. Okay, so they're breaking records. They started from meager beginnings. They're now playing with the big boys and sharing some practice rooms with BTS, Text, in a hyphen. And yeah, that's pretty cool. I love a good underdog story. It's one of the things that fascinates me about BTS. And it seems like they might be pretty transparent with having everything being broadcast online and kind of following that same method that BTS did. Interesting fact about 17, there's only 13 of them. I know that now. What I do know about 17 is I know they're a fantastic vocalist. I've seen some really cool choreography videos, and I've heard a couple catchy songs, but I don't really know too much about them. But luckily, we got some people here that are going to help us out. We got this whole... Oh, that's not the one. Yeah, that is the one. We got some people here that put together this whole playlist here for us, and we're going to watch all these videos. And I guess it's Face the Sun. But the first one here it's called a Super Long 17 Guide, the 2022 intro. It's actually only 9 minutes long, so it's not that long. I've watched much longer guides. Robot did their best. Robot probably did better than I did. My favorite was when they called TXT Text. I like that one. So let's start this one off here. Super Long 17 Guide, the 2022 intro number 1.
Hello and welcome to this 2022 guide. This guide is a re-edit from my 2020 Super Long 17 guide with updated info and new clips. It's still super long though, so I hope you're comfortable.
It's only part 1.
A group of 13 members from Pledis Entertainment. Before you ask, yes they are called 17 and yes they're only 13 members. The marketing reason behind the name is
왜 세븐틴인가? 일단은 13명의 멤버 그리고 13명 안에 또 3개의 유닛이 있어요. 보컬, 퍼포먼스, 힙합 팀 이렇게 3개의 유닛이 있으면 13 더하기 3 그다음에 더하기 하나의 팀. 우리는 하나의 팀이다 해서 13 더하기 3 더하기 1은 17.
But this was probably a fix after debut, since there's rumors the name comes from the original plan of actually having 17 members.
That's what I believe.
Never got to that number and some trainees left the group before debuting. Still, none of this was confirmed. It's just pure speculation.
세븐틴이면은 17명이어야 되는 거 아니야? 니네
아, 수아 왜 그러니?
They must get this question all the time. He was intense.
Now, this is
Okay.
some general information before we get into the members.
세븐틴! 안녕하세요, 세븐틴입니다.
Slip into the time of life. Slip into the time of life. Slip into the time of life. Everybody get up. Shining diamond.
Oh, they get their own like little boomstick thing.
Their official colors are Rose Quartz and Serenity, and their official fandom name is Carrot.
여러분들이 저희를 항상 반짝반짝 빛나게 해줬잖아요. 그렇죠. 여러분들은 앞으로 저희들의 캐럿입니다.
17 debuted the 26th of May, 2015. After the broadcasting of 17 Project, a reality show where they were tested with different missions so they could get an hour-long broadcasted debut stage. Here's a little sneak peek of what they've done so far.
That's what I just heard.
지금부터 손에 불 날 때까지 박수.
Thanks sounds cool. This one's cool too. Such a tease. Damn. I really want to hear Fear. I've heard Fear? Okay. I've heard this one, right? This sounds familiar. I think. I like this one.
17 also has some of the craziest fan chants.
That's a fan chat? Oh my god, I'm trying to remember these names. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. The fan chats are like an entire experience. There's no way I'm remembering these names. That's a fan chat? Chat? The Carrots are like legit rappers.
One of the most memorable moments of 17's career is their first win. Their first win was on Show Champion, the 4th of May of 2016. Almost a year after their debut. None of the members expected it, and it was a very emotional moment.
자, 여러분.
No, that's
한
sweet.
명씩 다 돌아가면서 수상 소감할 거예요. 예. 시작.
17 is known for their performances and synchronization.
Okay. Now we just started. We're just learning about 17 and their synchronization right now. The choreography is nuts, that's for sure. Doing it without music.
They've also got the name of self-producing idols. Since pre-debut they've been writing, composing and choreographing their music. They are divided in 3 main units: performance, vocal, and hip-hop, and each unit has its own leader.
Oh, cool. 17's a full-on company. It's a cool stage.
This is all for the introduction. On the next part we'll start with the members.
All right, cool. So I feel like I got a kind of a basic understanding of 17, some of their upbringing, some of their awards, and a handful of a lot of their jams. And man, they seem like I got a lot of them. Yeah, I definitely have heard a couple of them through our live request show. I don't think I've reacted to any of them on my own. I don't think I've gone on my own. It's all been from you guys. So thank you for doing that for me. It's kind of funny to see them talk about the 17 thing and constantly get that question. There's only 13 of you guys there, and see them kind of flip out there was kind of cool. I think it's neat that there's so many of them, so they all have like their own like leaders for each department that they do, whether it's hip hop or dancing or whatnot. I think that's kind of cool. The synchronization is, yeah, it's wild, man. I mean, this is basically guys that can dance really well, and it's a group that's basically like twice the size as like the group I've studied the most, which is BTS. So, I mean, watching them do the dance practices and everything, especially while it was silent, there's no music in there, I thought that was pretty cool as well. They must be smacking each other in the face all the time, though. That many dudes just dancing that close together with that kind of synchronicity, like, they gotta, like, be throwing elbows in each other's face. This has got to be, like, a compilation of mishaps. They're their own backup dancers. They're a whole company, man. I mean, 13 of them. This is a big group. So I'm excited for this one. The first one up, I'm assuming is the first song on the album, which is called Face the Sun. And the song is called Dar plus Ing. It's supposed to be darling, I guess. The official music video. This is from April 14th, 2022. And it's already got almost 28 million views. Let's check it out. Make sure I have closed captions on here.
You know without you, I'm
Later,
so
BRB.
lonely. When you're not here, 911 calling. Into your heat again, I'm diving. Darling you, baby. Fighting round the circles, where is the way out? Cause I know that our love was hotter than the sun. Yeah, the taste of this tequila I'm drinking.
They're tequila fans? All right, well, okay. That one's for you, 17.
It's a bitter than my heart. If you know this, I want you to know a problem. Blood type or DNA. Stress in my feet and worry. Do you, babe? Yeah. Be ready for a call every night. But I can't.
Don't act like you don't have Des Tequila, too.
Darling, you, sorry, darling, you. You know without you, I'm so lonely. When you're not here, now one calling. Into your heat again, I'm diving. Darling, you, baby. No, without you, I'm so lonely. If you won't be here, now one calling. Falling to you, I'm always diving. Darling, you, baby. Darling.
It's a fascinating video.
I know that you're my one. I don't wanna let you go. I can't think I'm being alone. What am I supposed to do? And I gotta let you know, you got my heart like it's yours. Don't wanna say goodbye. If you know this, I want you to know a problem. Blood type or DNA. First in my feet and worry. Do you, babe? Yeah. You wait for a call every night, but I can't wait no more. Darling, you, sorry, darling, you. You know without you, I'm so lonely. When you're not here, now one calling. Into your heat again, I'm diving. Darling, you, baby. You know without you, I'm so lonely. If you won't be here, now one calling. Falling to you, I'm always diving. Darling, you. I see you, you see me. Care for you, you care for me. We can be all we need. Promise I won't take you for granted. I'll treat you better. I will see you better. So honey, now come into my arms, yeah. Kiss me, baby. Kiss me, baby. You know without you, I'm so lonely. When you're not here, now one calling. Into your heat again, I'm diving. You know without you, I'm so lonely. If you won't be here now, one calling. Falling to you, I'm always diving. Darling, you, baby.
Interesting video. Some fun change-ups there. Little rock bridge for about 2 seconds. Love the teardrop melodies. Cool harmonies. Engaging video. Seems like a nice little sweet little song. Yeah, it seems like they're talking about... I haven't read the document yet, but it seems like they're talking about missing a loved one, but that loved one having some kind of some negative feelings about some of their actions. I don't know. Let's find out right now. Let's see what the document's got to say. Darling, the official music video, Joshua sing the reception to Darling. It felt like we have gotten a bit closer to our carrots around the world. We feel Darling was a good starting point for our music and performances to come in this year, especially as we gear up to start touring around the world again. We want to return to the love we've received over the years to our fans in other parts of the world. So we are also looking forward to working on more English songs to which we can better connect. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's good that they're trying, you know. I don't know. I kind of like K-pop to be in Korean, personally. As much as I appreciate, you know, the language, English. And it's kind of cool when they're intertwined. I don't know. Please read above. All right. Did I miss something? Face the Sun is 17's fourth full-length album, which the album was aimed to show a more mature side of themselves, in contrast with their previous works, which is typically more cheerful. In the promotion of the album, they released 13 videos on Hybe's YouTube channel called 13 Inner Shadows, where each member shows their deepest fear. Overall, the album's goal was to show their less polished, raw side, where they convey emotions and determination, but also worries. The following songs' descriptions are from the members themselves in an interview conducted by Mary Siroki from Consequence. Okay, cool. All right, so sorry, I just messed that up a little bit, but we're back on track. So that's what this album's about. They want a more mature, polished, raw sound, or less polished, more raw sound. Cool. And we're going to get explanations directly from the band members themselves, which is pretty cool. All right, so I'm going to wait to read the next one for the next song. But yeah, I mean, Darling, what do you guys think? Do you like that song? I think it's a nice, cool little jam. Are these songs in order of the album? Does anybody know if these songs are in order of the album? Yes, or in order. All right, perfect. Hell yeah. You guys know what you're doing. Oops, wrong group. I like to go in order of the album and try and listen to this as one cohesive art piece. So, okay, perfect. Why should I be doubting you guys? You guys, we all know what we're doing here by now. All right, so let's move on to the next one. I like the simplicity of the logo. All right, so the next one is called Hot at the Comeback Show with Face the Sun. So we got a live performance here. Very cool. I wasn't sure if we'd had lyric videos or music videos today. I should have put up the green screen. I'm sure this is fine. I've heard this one. I haven't seen this performance though. Looks like a one-shot video. I guess it's the show, so it probably is.
Like hard, hard, hard. 어제가 feeling so hot. 이 노래 버는 like hard, 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 hard.
This song's a straight up jam.
Like hot, hot, hot. 어제가 feeling so hot. Yeah, I'm like too hot, 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 hot. 태양을 향해 불 붙여라. 아주 뜨겁게. 태양을 향해 불 붙여라. 나팔을 불어라 사막의 파도 사이로 drive away I don't want no one more chance 이 순간에 모든 걸 걸을래 태양을 향해 던지고 있던 내 그려자는 다시 비추
I like him.
가슴은 뜨겁게 거짓말 없어 우리 확실해
Oh, I really like him. There's so many of them. Adding some baritone to the mix. All right. Synchronization is awesome. Dude, hell yeah. Yeah, I've heard this song for sure. I think I've actually have a reaction video on YouTube somewhere. I think this is one of the first ones I heard from them. So I'm not going to break down the music or the production. I think I remember saying something about the spaghetti western guitar, but the vocals are kind of hard to follow because I keep bouncing around, like, oh, I like that guy, I like what he's doing. So I'm starting to kind of memorize some of their faces and start to get an idea of these guys. Hopefully by the end of the stream, I'll kind of have a better understanding of them as a whole. But yeah, man, this song it's a good song, man. It's just it's catchy, it's fun, it makes you want to move, makes you want to dance, honestly. And I'm not a dancer at all. Love the synchronicity. I don't know how they don't elbow each other in the face. Like, there's 13 freaking dudes dancing mere inches apart, like throwing fists. This guy was cool right here. I liked his baritone. He was neat. I like this guy's style, whoever this is. He was neat. Where's my other guy I like? I think it was this guy back here. No, it was this guy over here. I really liked his like nice clean highs. He was awesome. And I think those are my favorites for this song. They probably hit each other all the time. 100% they do. 100% they do. Like, this is something else. Let's see what the guy's going to say about this performance here. Excuse me. I just moved my desk setup again. This is so much better and more organized. Okay. So this is Hot. Live performance. You've already seen the music video already. All right. Thank you for the reminder. Woozy, as always, our goal for the album is to convey who we are today. Hot was a result of trying to create a song that best resembles the sun from its very sound. It's a reminiscent of the imaginary of the sun and overreaching theme of this album. It makes a statement about 17's determination to become an artist that resembles the sun. All right. Sure. Let's keep going. All right, next one here is Don Coex. Don let's see how to say this thing.
Don Quixote.
Don Quixote.
Don Quixote. Don Quixote.
Donkey Cody. The next song is called Donkey Cody.
Don Quixote.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just wanna feel the vibes 모든 걸 불태운 밤 내가 미쳐도 좋아 Feeling like Don Quixote 사람들은 손가락질이 ain't real It ain't real 겁먹지 않아 It's real It's real 미쳤다 해도 좋아 내 모든 걸 불태운 밤 So come and call me Don Quixote 사람들은 내가 이상하대 yeah yeah 라마차의 풍차는 웬 말이니 yeah 틀린 말 없지 그 말이 다 맞지 But I'm gonna live my life 상관없지 yeah 그러는 내 속엔 ice and motivation 새로운 나의 멘트 동제 불는 일어서 있어 push forward what I want go for what I want do what I want I just wanna feel the vibes 모든 걸 불태운 밤 내가 미쳐도 좋아 Feeling like Don Quixote 사람들은 손가락질이 ain't real It ain't real 겁먹지 않아 It's real It's real 미쳤다 해도 좋아 내 모든 걸 불태운 밤 So come and call me Don Quixote Say my name Don Quixote 두려운 게 없지 Pay my day 오늘도
A fun little breakdown.
난 나를 알아 넌 나를 잘 몰라 난 겁에서 태어나 겁없이 말 위로 떠올라 My hands up I keep them high 두려운 건 내 속에 나내 모든 걸 걸겠어 난 So I'ma light it up I just wanna feel the vibes 모든 걸 불태운 밤 내가 미쳐도 좋아 Feeling like Don Quixote 사람들은 손가락질이 ain't real It ain't real 겁먹지 않아 It's real It's real 미쳤다 해도 좋아
fun.
I just wanna feel the vibes 모든 걸 불태운 밤 내가 미쳐도 좋아 Feeling like Don Quixote 사람들은 손가락질을 ain't real It ain't real 겁먹지 않아 It's real It's real 미쳤다 해도 좋아 내 모든 걸 불태운 밤 So come and call me Don Quixote
Donkey Cody, yeah, not bad. Not too bad at all. Cool little, oops, let's go back here. I like the progression in this. Yeah. There's so many of them. I'm trying to figure out which ones I like and which ones to gravitate towards. The interesting thing about this band is I bet you everybody, like, there's so many of them, everybody probably has their favorite member because you just got so many to choose from. I don't know, though. I'm still discovering. I don't know. I thought that was a pretty cool song. Had a decent drive through it. Had some cool percussive and melodic elements. Nothing too over the top. Maybe that's because they're trying to do like this kind of raw theme that they were talking about before, trying to show a more mature side of them, more raw, mature side. Let's see what these guys have to say about this one. Oh, that's not the one. Donkey Cody, Woozy, the idea of always wanting to continue our adventures lies beneath the song. Even if others may see us, we think we're not ahead. We're not headed in the right way. That's just how the 13 of us grew up together. Always walking forward. That's why the optimistic and idealistic characters resonated with us. We aspired to be an artist unafraid to step away from the norm and find our own creative direction. Now, see, I appreciate that. Sounds like they have a little bit of artistic integrity and they're not afraid to go off the beaten path and try some new, more experimental things, even if it might not be the best move by the numbers. Not bad. Kit says, yeah, there's usually more than one, like 3 favorite members. Yeah. I'm still trying to get to know them. I'm trying to see like what they each do, but these lyric videos definitely really help out. I think I like Hot a little bit better than that song, but I think it's still pretty badass. Let's continue this little jam. Or let's go over here. All right, so the next one here is March. Almost like a more modulated 8-bit sound. They're changing the frequency on us here. Okay, we're morphing into the jam. Woozy records and writes, composes most majority of these songs. Interesting. I like this one. That's fun. Just thinking that, Kit. So percussive. Woozy's got a nice voice too. love the beat mapping on this. I love his voice. Very, very cool. I really enjoyed the production of this one. Oh, come on, dude. Why does it do that? I can't turn the autoplay off. What is... sometimes it gives me that. Freaking YouTube. Anyway, yeah, really enjoyed the production on that one. I thought it was pretty cool. A lot of interesting beat mapping. I appreciate the fact that he used a lot of, like... as far as like drum sounds and everything goes, Woongi, who I guess is the guy who produces and writes and composes all this music, and is also the vocal leader. So he's probably got he sounds pretty talented. But yeah, I enjoy the production on this one. I thought it was really cool. It's a very interesting structured song. Essentially, it's the same 4/4 beat, but the sound design changes. Each one of these drum hit changes from verse to verse, sometime from bar to bar, honestly. It sounds very electronic and very tight and not too bassy. It's just like a very clean click in your face, in your ear rather. But I appreciate the fact that he used real cymbals with this. The real cymbals that crash, having that higher frequency mixed with a driving guitar, I think was the right choice to do. It gives it more of a rock type of vibe while still keeping that dance thing going. Now that mixed together again with playing with a different frequency of the higher pitched whistle sound, I thought that was creative as well. You don't hear that very often. You don't hear drive distorted guitar mixed together with a whistle like that. I thought that was really interesting and creative. That put together with just some beautiful harmonies from 13 of these guys and some interesting rapping, I think creates a pretty interesting song here. This song is probably going to slap live. Can't wait to see how they pull this one off live. Hopefully they have like a drummer cam of this one, because I guarantee they're going to be using a live drummer and they're going to have like 3 or 4 different layers of electronic drums as well. Very cool, very fun, and this one was pretty imaginative too. It kept me on the edge of my seat the entire time. I wasn't exactly sure where it was going, even though it all had flow. Let's see what they got to say about that one. All right, so March. Dino, as the title suggests, this song is intended to be the soundtrack to Team 17's March Forward. Face the Sun tells the story of 17's journey, but we also wanted to encourage our listeners to courageously walk forward along with us. And that's sort of the energy we try to deliver through this track. Yeah, I can kind of get it. I mean, this one was fun to me. I like it. But I mean, I tend to enjoy the more rock-driven songs anyway, or songs that have a little bit more drive to them. This is fun, man. Yeah, this is like, it feels like an anthem. What's up, Shay Hope? Am I sick? No. I'm just waking up. Just need a little more coffee. Oh my God, can you imagine that? Woozy and Suga put together? I mean, this Woozy guy sounds like he's the full package. They even kind of look like each other, do they? Take my money. You know, it's funny. I actually heard a song. Oh my God. I literally, before I went on, I think it was a Woozy song. It was a newer one. Oh my God. It was really nice, but I listened to it. I didn't react to it or anything, but I heard it. I really enjoyed it. Damn it. I wonder if I can find it. I want to see something. Is it Woozy? I'm never going to be able to find this one. It's a newer Woozy song, I think. He might have been a collab. It was Woozy featuring somebody else. I don't think it was Ruby. I don't think it was this song. Hold on. No, it definitely wasn't that one. It was like a newer one. I think it was a newer one. It was really nice. He had really cool soft vocals. Is it not going to show me? I wish it'd like show me like my watch thing, because I just listened to it real quick and then it went away. think so. Maybe it was somebody else. Maybe it was like spelled different or something. I literally just heard it before I went on stream today. I was really impressed by it. Oh, well. I can go to history. Oh, shit. Okay, let's go to history. Oh, it's this one. You're absolutely right. It's a different guy.
No way, no way.
Totally different guy. Great song, though. Have you guys heard of this one? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I dig it, though. Whoever this guy is, I like him a lot. Do you guys know this guy? Woonsung? All right, we're not here to talk about this one. I'm over here promoting a different artist now. Well, whoever this guy is, I like him. I think he's neat.
Cause it's so amazing.
All right, we'll get back to the list here. It says, oh, that's a singer from Rose? No wonder I like him. No wonder I like him.
You could call me crazy. Oh, please.
I like him a lot. I really do.
I'm so sick of shaving. Lazy.
It's beautiful, man. All right, let's get back to the list. Completely different person. All right. Oh, you guys like him too? All right, cool. All right. He opened for Epic High on tour this year all across USA. He's got a beautiful voice, dude. I like his style. I like the production on a lot of his stuff. The Rose is like one of my favorites. Totally different person, though. All right. Next one here is Domino. Let's check it out.
옆에서 있을 때 위태로워 자연스러운 긴장이 좋아 나 투명한 내 맘을 넌 다 알아 Take it on, take it on 널 뒤에서 안고 있을 때는 뭐든 할 수 있을 것만 같아 달콤한 세계로 데려가줘 Here we go, here we go I'm trying to hold on 날 무방비 상태로 만들어 I can fight it 내 모든 건 널 따라서 움직여 I'm feeling like 3, 2, 1, domino 툭 하고 나를 건드리며 하고 숨을 뱉어주면 난 한순간에 넘어지지 like a domino 차례대로 쓰러지는 이 기분은 Nobody knows 한 방에는 넘어가지 like a domino 넘어가지 like a domino 내게로 손을 넘어 안겨줘 널 안고 난 넘어질 수 있어 넌 날 꽉 잡고 있어주면 돼 Here we go, here we go 오르는 기울어보다 그러행진 와르르 넘어져 손끝빛이 들었던 놨다 하지 감정의 loop 너의 손끝 하나에 달라지고 이쯤이면 더 No more, more, more 말해 뭐해 넘어져라 내 쪽으로 시작과 끝에 네가 있어 이제 멈추는 게 난 힘들어도 I'm trying to hold on 날 무방비 상태로 만들어 I can fight it 내 모든 건 널 따라서 움직여 I feel like 3, 2, 1, domino 탁 하고 나를 건드리며 하고 숨을 뱉어주면 난 한순간에 넘어지지 like a domino 차례대로 쓰러지는 이 기분은 Nobody knows 한 방에 난 넘어가지 like a domino 넘어가지 like a domino 네 손을 꼭 잡아 이 손 하지 마라 내 뒤에서 안아 넌 날 끌어당겨 Domino
What?
툭하고 나를 건드려줘 이미 나는 너의 세계로 미끄러져 들어왔어 like a domino 다르대로 쓰러지는 내 기분은 kiss the sky 계속해서 넘어가는 like a domino 내 마음은 like a domino
Okay. Yeah, that one's a little all over the place. Yeah. Kind of hard to follow, but again, with the same thing as the March song that he did, it feels like it has like kind of an anthem type of vibe to it. He does the same thing with the drums, where he's constantly changing the hits of them, basically the sound of each individual hit, which is a little chaotic. It sounds a little schizophrenic. He uses some interesting panning techniques and some interesting sound design. Yeah. There's a lot going on. It's a lot. But, you know, I guess this is a talent all in itself. I've never tried to write music like this, that basically it sounds like it's like a very simple 4/4, you know, walking bass line and just some like stabs of harmony coming from, you know, 13 different people. But with a lot going into it. This is a very... How do I describe this? It's interesting. It's interesting for sure. I'll give it to him. I think so far the thing that's impressing me the most on this album, and there is some great vocals on here, and I do enjoy some of the core messages of these songs, some of them. But my favorite part so far of this album is honestly the production on it, the writing, which I guess is just due to this one dude who I think I need to just do a bit of a deeper dive on. This woozy fella here. He's got a very interesting writing style. It's different. It's not like anything I've really heard from this genre or this style of music. Like it's always kind of creative and off the wall. You never know what to expect. But this is just so outside of the box as far as thinking about structures and where songs should go, and he has a lot of fun with the sound design, which I do appreciate. You know, it's something new and refreshing to me. But this is not what I was expecting at all. I was expecting like a lot of like really slappy jams and some wild hooks. And instead, he's just spending a lot of time with the verses here and just like really putting a lot into it. I was expecting, you know, with a group with like 13 people in it, you know, 13 people singing, rapping, or whatever, you know, there wouldn't be much room left in the auditory experience for the production. You know, it would have to be, you know, the vocals taking up everything. You know, it would be all harmonies and everything. But this is incredibly busy, and there's 13 people, and that's not the thing that's busy. Okay. What am I saying? Woozy wrong? Oh boy. Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's poppy, it's catchy, it's bouncy, it feels fun, and I don't know. My brain just goes right to the production when I hear stuff like this because it's just so different. Not necessarily bad. I don't want to be putting that vibe off. I guess I'm just more surprised than anything. Let's see what they gotta say about this one. What was this called? Domino? It was Domino, right? Yeah, it was Domino. All right, so Domino. With restrictions we are all faced in our everyday lives over the past 2 years, we wanted the music in our new album to feel more straightforward and expressive. The process of falling in love fills you up with happiness, unlike any other experience. And this is a song that captures that relentless excitement transparently. Yeah, I guess it kind of does. Okay, Harpy. I just assume that I'm butchering everything, which is, you know, kind of a trademark thing around here nowadays. Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty good one. It was interesting. I think I like March a little bit better. March and Hot are so far, they're my favorites. Although Darling was nice too. I liked how it started off. We're going to move on to Shadow next. All right, we're going right back to the 80s with this one. I wanna feather my hair and get into like some flock of seagulls. Here we go. What's up, Hanzala? Oh, actually, before I forget, I think Hanzala, are you my editor? Are you the editor guy? I'm not sure. You got a name that's very similar to my editor person. I was noticing the other day when I was rewatching a stream. Let's start this one back over. Alright, cool. What's up, man? He is so busy.
널 남에게 보이지 않으려 Shadow my shadow my shadow 미워하고 아파도 했어 Shadow my shadow 이제 나는 너 또한 나인 걸 숨기고 싶잖아 I want to hold you in 나의 어둠마저 밝게 빛나 고말 테니까 Baby I'm a shadow 알았어 내게서 도망치려 벗어 빛이 없는 곳을 도망치는 맘으로 나는 run 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 숨소리 마저 똑같아 내 마음이 널 듣고 싶어해 도망치는 내 모습이 너무 싫었어 어느새 우린 닮아가고 있었어 마치 때가 고만인 것처럼 너와 마주하고 싶은 맘에 Shadow my shadow my shadow 널 남에게 보이지 않으려 Shadow my shadow my shadow 미워하고 아파도 했어
I like Vernon's voice.
이제 너는 너 또한 나인 걸 숨기고 싶잖아 I want to hold you in 나의 어둠마저 밝게 빛나 고말 테니까 Baby I'm a shade of you 대만매 어느 순간 내도 같은 빛 같은 그림자 되어 어느 곳에서도 너를 안고 Yeah 검색 칠해진 널 외면하기만 했어 서로의 똑같은 모습을 잠시 잊은 채로 부정하기 바빴었던 낮에 드나버 지구 한가운데
The tempo change?
같은 발맞춰 달려 널 남에게 보이지 않으려 Shadow my shadow my shadow 미워하고 아파도 했어 Shadow my shadow 이제 나는 너 또한 나인 걸 숨기고 싶잖아 I want to hold you 내 어둠마저 밝게 빛나 고말 테니까 Baby I'm a shade of you
This might be my favorite. Yeah, once again, really cool production in this one. I like that they took all the bass out of the drums and kind of just layered the vocals up, and that kind of that was where we were getting the bass from this. Thought that was pretty creative. Vernon, I thought, was one of the more standout vocalists. I feel like his voice is just a little bit more distinguished as far as like having, again, a little bit more bass to it. Just feels a little more real to it. I also feel like they don't put as much layering on his voice as well. It just sounds more clean and in your ear. And that could just be for dramatic effect of, you know, the melodic structure of this thing, or it could just be the way that they like to record them. But I've noticed that a couple times with him. He doesn't use too much layering. Or they don't put too much layering on his voice. He has more like that raspy, clean voice, whereas everyone else feels like they have a lot of layering going on, like almost like a little miniature choir behind what they're saying. And it's cool, too. They got some interesting effects behind their voice as well. It sounds like it's panning way, way back in the mix and kind of in the back of your ears. This was cool. It had like an 80s feel. I was getting kind of like a Stranger Things type of vibe from this one. I feel like this one showed off a little bit more vocal abilities. And it was interesting too. I don't think they actually changed the tempo of it halfway through, but they things got very, very busy randomly out of nowhere, which doesn't surprise me because the production on this just seems so sporadic and almost schizophrenic in nature. Where I shouldn't be surprised by this by now. But yeah, this one is this and Hot I think are my two favorites now. Or no, March. This, Hot, and March I think are my favorites. This was cool though. Cabbage likes Shadow. You like Cabbage? Or jeez, I can't talk to that. You like Shadow? They all have such unique voices. Yeah, I'm starting to notice that. I'm starting to kind of notice that. Vernon is he's becoming one of my favorites as far as like just clean vocalists though. Oh, we're missing Shams. Where's Shams at? Yeah. Shams, we miss you. If she's watching later. All right, let's go back to the list and let's see what this one's about. Shadow. Oh, cool. Vernon's got something to say here. Our focus in this track was the contrast between the track and the theme of the song. Perhaps the contrast that makes the sound feel slightly exaggerated is also the sentiment of the 80s hyperpop stems from. Ah, yeah, they were going for that 80s sound. The track is quite rhythmic in nature with roots in two-step, which builds contrast to the weight of the idea embracing our inner shadows. All right. I guess it's considered an 80s hyperpop two-step jam. I guess I kind of got that. It almost reminded me of, I don't know, it kind of had more of like a breakbeat type of feel. I'd say more breakbeat than two-step, but you know what? I didn't write this song, so whatever. Let's continue. Should join tomorrow for the concert. Am I streaming? No, you must be talking about something else. Nice run. See what I mean? They always put him up slightly higher in the mix. And it's not because he's got a higher frequency. It's not because he's got a higher pitched voice. He's always just slightly above everybody in the mix. Why is that? Why do they do that with him? I love the vocal rhythmic patterns on this. Bass is fun. That one is fun. Song's called "Bout You," and I think it's got some fun vocal melodies to it. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. The speed up and slow down nature of it, this kind of like chaotic nature of all these things coming together, is pretty impressive as to like how like streamlined it all is, how cohesive it actually is. The bass was fun. It was kind of cool to get that kind of like funk, actual slap, nature to it. So far, we've mostly been hearing like warm 808 basses and everything, which, I was kind of expecting, especially with this many people harmonizing. Like, you don't want to have like that click, that bounce to it. But since the vocal line is so bouncy, it is so rhythmic, you can really kind of play around with a little bit of funk bass to it. Drums were interesting on this one. Again, they're kind of doing the same thing where, like, since they're doing so much vocal layering and everything here, they're really just taking all the bass out of the drums and giving it more of a click type sound. And I get it. They want to keep within the basic frequency ranges here. Your highs, your mids, and your lows. That's kind of like the basic, roadmap you want to kind of follow as far as like just having a proper sound dynamic. And it's just kind of interesting to see how like a group of this size has to kind of do that. I like this one. There actually hasn't been many songs on this album that I haven't really not enjoyed. It's been pretty decent. Let's see what they got to say about this one, About You. Our boy Scoops says, Face the Sun marks a new chapter for 17 by looking back at our debut and alluding to the very first song in this one, Adore You. We wanted to not only fully express our gratitude and affection for Team 17, our 13 members, and all of our carrots, but also reflect on the journey of ourselves. So they've got they're pretty tight with their fan group. They got a lot of like kind of songs about longing for them and wanting to do nice things for them, which is kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of BTS a little bit and kind of how close they are with the ARMY, which I do appreciate. I think that's kind of neat. But it seems like this is they talk a lot about them, about their fans, and about all that. That's kind of cool. 17 is chaos. I mean, it is kind of chaos, but it is controlled chaos. It's what's interesting about 17 is chaotic as it is to have this many members and singing and this many bouncing harmonies and them finishing their phrases, is the production is just as insane. So it's like an insane experience from start to finish. And I don't want to say insane as a bad thing. It's just kind of like, it's a lot. It's like, oh shit, there's just a lot of bouncing, a lot of like beeps and boops and like, I don't know. Their master tracks must be really fun to dissect. S. Coops is the overall leader and the leader of the hip-hop team. Yeah, I thought they had the 3 leaders, but maybe he's like the main of the 3. They actually did the wow instead of the planets. Wow, that's insane. Okay, so there is some sort of like major connection between the fans and the group, which is cool. No way, they paid for promotion themselves. Okay, cool. Wow, okay, so there's some serious dedication here I'm starting to find out. Between like the meager beginnings, the underdog story, them actually taking, paying for things themselves, like in true like garage band fashion. This is kind of cool. Their story is fascinating. And they're paying for their own promotion. That's the way you have to do it when you're starting out. That's the way you have to do it. Let's see what's next. If You Leave Me.
먼 나라 만약 내가 떠난다면 난 아마 살지 못할 거야 먼 나라 아냐 그냥 생각 안 할래 잠시 떨어져 있었던 시간도 내 맘을 소란스럽게 만드는데 일어나지 않을 일인 걸 알지만 상상만으로도 눈물이 나 If you let me baby No If you let me baby 내 눈물이 비가 되어서 내려 사계절을 멈추지 않고 잠길 거야 If you leave me 내가 뭘 할 수 있을까요 모든 날에 살아 숨쉰 이유는 너인데 고장났던 마음이 시간들이 내 세상이 다시 움직이게 숨이 더 끝에 차도록 너에게 달려둔 그림자가 내린 밤에 내가 내 곁을 지킬게 영원한 시간으로.
This is so sweet.
넌 내게 내 맘을 안아줘 더 없는 내일이 싫어 너라는 세상에 날아서 뭘 줘도 아깝지가 않아 우리 이대로 영원하기를. If you leave me baby oh no If you leave me baby 내 눈물이 비가 되어서 내려 사계절을 멈추지 않고 잠길 거야. If you leave me 내가 뭘 할 수 있을까요 모든 날에 살아 숨쉰 이유 너인데 고장났던 밤이 시간들이 내 세상이 다시 움직이게 숨이 더 끝에 차도록 너에게 달려둔 그림자가 내린 밤에 내가 내 곁을 지킬게 영원한 시간으로. 너의 손을 꼭 잡고 있고 싶어 그냥 내 곁에 있어줘.
Now that was beautiful. That's what I was waiting for here. I wanted to kind of get a better understanding of each one of their vocal abilities in a cleaner setting without so much going on. And yeah, these guys can project. These guys can sing for sure. That was absolutely gorgeous. And it felt so sweet too. I don't know. Sometimes I like those sweet kind of sappy love songs, you know? I dig them. I dig them. They always put me in a good spot. But yeah, this was great. DK was one of the standouts on this one. I think that's what his name is. Is DK? I don't know. I still don't know who they are. It was beautiful. The harmonies were really nice too. They were done in a way where there wasn't a whole lot of layering going on, like with the other jams that I've heard, which I appreciate. A lot of times when you layer things up like that, it can make anything sound good. You know, it's just because like, you know, you have that other sound to go with. It's why you sound better singing in the shower than you do just like singing in a room. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's a crutch by any means. I mean, obviously they did it to make it just sound better than it actually would. But this kind of just showcases that, you know, these guys can actually all just really sing and, you know, and hold down the keys themselves. I like how they all like finish each other's phrasings as well. And they seem to get that kind of locked down exactly within what, you know, frequency or range that they're singing in. They do a lot of that, which is kind of cool. Yeah, that was beautiful. I really enjoyed that one. Let me see what they have to say about this guy here. If You Leave Me. If You Leave Me addresses how a big role of our fans, the Carrots, play in all we do. And we directly speak to the Carrots about how we feel about our relationship with them. We have our fans waiting to hear more music from us, supporting us to see us improve, and they are what drives us to strive for more. Okay, wow, another song talking about the fan base. They're Carrots. Wow, okay, maybe I wasn't giving these guys enough credit for, you know, how they feel about their actual fans. This is kind of cool. Okay, there is a guy named DK. I'm not right. I'm not wrong. Jeez, man. Oh, my God. Let me see. Who just followed? What's your name? Alicia Shah? Welcome to the channel. Oh, also, I forgot to thank you guys. We got a bunch of subs before. We got Kang subbed, Joke subbed. We got Nursey who came in and subbed. Been here for 5, 7 months, 8 months. Hell yeah. And then we got some subs while I was off stream. But they're not here, so I'm not going to thank them. All right, let's see here. What is next? Ash is next. And I'm already digging this tight synth bass line. I like the cheese.
이미 다 타버린 눈앞에 싸워버린 죄야 태양은 뜨겁지 내 나지 않은 위에 섬광 완전히 낮은 발이여 내 사하라 내가 믿는 빛한 쪽이 다가가 사막의 우산이 되어 우리가 다 들어가지 않게 지켜줄 거야 새로운 것 새로운 폼 외로운 곳 떠나가는 월 목소리만 남아있다면
I mean, I dig it so far.
모든 게 다 타버리고 남아있는 어쩌면
Gritty.
방주를 새롭겠죠 나가죠 세계로 둘 다만 play 자신 있어 game 수만 가지 chance 선택을 할 뿐이야 쌓인 가운데 metamorphosis burning fire then I fly away
I actually really like this.
난 나를게 if it's not okay I don't care on the other side of hurricane 타버린 뒤에 먼지가 돼 set me free yeah 날아갈게 to the sun to the moon another world blaze up anew 새로운 것 새로운 폼 외로운 것 떠나가는 world 목소리만 남아있다면 선택은 해둘다 모든 게 다 타버리고 남아있는 안주면 방주를 새롭게 져 나가자 세계로
This one's probably fun live too.
자신 있어 game 수만 가지 chance 선택을 할 뿐이야
Alright, where are we going now? I see why this one might be hard to digest, but it's for those reasons I love it.
매일 밤 빛나던 스마트 별 하나가 이제 내가 될 차례 선택을 해둔다 모든 게 다 타버리고 남아있는 안주면 방주를 새롭게 쳐 나가죠 세계로 둘 다만 play 자신 있어 yeah 수만 가지 chance 선택을 할 뿐이야
But the beat mapping is funny. Yeah, man, that's one of my favorites off the album. And I can see why this might not be people's favorites. 100%. This is, it's dark, it's gritty. The modulation on the drums is all kinds of funny. And, but I mean, I think it's incredibly catchy. It's got some great hooks to it. And despite all of those facts, I like the cheesy, modular, tight, like 808 style bass. Not even 808. It's more synthy than that. I don't even know what to call it. It's a Roland sound. I don't know the name of it off the tip of my tongue. But I like that sound. I like it. It's kind of gritty. It feels more industrial. It feels more raw. And if that's what this album is supposed to be, a more raw representation of what they are, I feel like this kind of fits into what they were saying. This song is probably going to be really good live. People were saying something about the tempo of this one. I believe it's still the same tempo through and through. It's just they do these funny like pitch shifts on the drums. They modulate them in ways that like makes it seem like it's dropping and everything. It's a clever little production technique. It's also very different from what I was used to, but it's still them. Myrrh, wow. It's your absolute favorite? Okay. All right, cool, man. All right, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's in my top. I mean, this album's pretty decent so far. I feel like this is the kind of album that needs to grow on you a little bit. Like, I think I need to hear these songs a couple more times. After stream today, I'm just going to kind of put it on the background while when I finish up some work here at the house. And I have to do videos. Maybe I can't do that. Maybe later on tonight I'll listen to it again. Because I have a feeling once you kind of have an idea of like the structure of these things and you anticipate the next hook and everything, it's probably a little bit more impactful. But in first listen, this is a little confusing, which is surprising to me because this album sold so well. It's sold so well. I mean, 2 million copies in like the first week or two or something like that. I mean, but maybe it's because they already had like that crazy fan base or that intense fan base. Let's see what they got to say about Ash. All right, the keyword of Ash was a starting point for building the last few moments of the album. It's meant to be a stepping stone of our next stage, in the sense that we've just declared our faces, our fears have become the sun ourselves. We have to burn down remnants of our past fears to move on. Face the Sun closes the song, so it opens up the next chapter to what lies ahead. Oh. I'm getting arson vibes. It's down here. After confronting and leaving the ashes of their fears behind, Face the Sun 17 climbs into the new world of endless potential named Sector 17. The Sector 17 repackaged album includes 1 previously released Japanese songs and 3 new songs. Are those in the list? Can we listen to those? Hi, I'm new. Have you listened to other albums, or is this the first, or is Face the Sun my first? It is my first full-length 17 album. On the request show, people request, 17 songs from time to time. So I've heard a handful of other songs, but this is my first album listening, for sure. You bought 4 copies? Nursey's a fan. Nursey's a fan. Oh, and welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's good to have you here. Hope you're enjoying yourself. I like it though. Ash is badass. Those new songs on here. All right, cool. I think we're gonna hear these new songs too, or these unreleased songs, which is cool. Ooh, we get more touching piano. But we're doing a major key this time. All right, it's gonna be more positive.
나는 어디로 걸어가는지 무얼 찾아 이리 헤매이는지 한껏 울고플 때 하늘 가까이로 가곤 해 아무도 내 눈물 못 보게 목소리도 나오지 않는 많은 나를 숨쉬고 있지만 서로에게 건네어 나눈 맘의 소리로 그날 위해 용기를 내서 모두 함께 노래 부르자 힘찬 노래소리 슬픔 가려지도록 괜찮을 거야 시계의 바늘처럼 다시 돌고 돌아 제자리로 오겠지 바람이 부는가 봐 코끝이 자 여름날에도 1년 지나가는 계절은 아무것도 아니란 듯이 목소리도 나오지 않는 많은 나를 숨쉬고 있지만 서로에게 건네어 나눈 노래로 그날 위해 용기를 내서 모두 함께 노래 부르자 힘찬 노래소리 슬픔 가려지도록 괜찮을 거야 시계의 바늘처럼 다시 돌고 돌아 제자리로 오겠지
this song needed this. All right. More positive, touching song. I like it. I like it a lot. I enjoyed the children's choir. I enjoyed Woozy's little end there, showcasing his natural nice cleans. Piano was fun. I even heard a touch of what I think was brass. It might have been modular. It might not have actually been brass. It could have been synthesized. But it kind of sounded like brass. Very nice. Very sweet. Very comforting. A warm hug of a song. Let's see what they have to say about this one. Was that Circles? No, what was this one? Yeah, Circles. Circles. Circle work as a transition song between Faces Sun and Sector 17. In this song, 17 has lost her way when faced with challenges and uncertainty, only to realize that sorrow and pain will pass away when they become happy again. Okay, yeah, time heals all wounds. All right, so we're shifting. We're morphing onto the Sector 17 version of this album, I believe. I think that's where this is going. I gotta stop reading the next one. I saw Ash something. I'm gonna stop right now. Get off that. I like that one though. That's a good one. You like the song with the children's choir is creepy? Yeah, I mean it usually is. Whenever you have like a children's choir, it always kind of comes across as creepy. I feel like the tone that they used for the choir was still trying to be like positive and like more like happy. But I can see how people might think that's a little creepy. But I don't think they were trying to make that creepy at all. Think of it as carrots singing with them. Oh, that's a cool way to think about it. All right, so the next one is called World, and it looks like it's a music video. All right. Welcome to Worlds.
Hey, 아까부터 널 봤어. 우린 처음이지만 모든 재미를 느낄 수 있어. 더 하고 싶어. Hey, 웃지만 말고 말야. 가본 적이 없는 곳에 널 데려가줄게. Come with me, put it on me. You got this, put it on me. 결국 내 손을 잡을 거야. Cause I know that you've been dreaming. 마치 처음 그게 deja vu. 지금부터는 널 만나 인터뷰. 네가 원한 모든 걸 다 줄 수가 있어. 너의 모든 모습까지도. Come into my world. Won't let you down. Won't let you down. 내게로 와. In my new world. Knock on heaven's door. Whipped cream 구운 손끝으로 straw. 내 all-star 밑에 딛고 날아 sunset. 너무 빠른 I'ma take it slow. 슬픔이 없는 곳에서 이대로 춤을 춰. 박자에 맞춰 박수. 넌 영혼을 내게 줘. 기쁨의 맛을도 영원한 영혼을 더. Come with me. Put it on me. You got this. Put it on me. 결국 내 손을 잡을 거야. Cause I know that you've been dreaming. 마치 처음 그게 deja vu. 지금부터는 널 만나 인터뷰. 네가 원한 모든 걸 다 줄 수가 있어. 너의 어두운 모습까지도. Come into my world. Won't let you down. Won't let you down. 내게로 와. In my new world.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a funk pop song. Again, a lot of layering. I think with just having so many of them, I don't know. It's kind of taking something away when there's so many of them. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I need to listen to this more or whatever. But I think when you have a group of this size, like being able to harmonize like this, like it just everything sounds more like stereo because you have so many of them singing. And I get it. The harmonies are still, it's only like 2 or 3 of them singing together, which is, you know, similar to other like groups. I don't know. I feel like there's, I don't know. Maybe there's too many of them, but maybe I'm just missing the point. I don't know. It's pretty good. Let's see what they say about this one. All right, World. The lead single, World, is an urban R&B track that acts as a sequel to Ash. The underscore before World leaves it open to become any type of world that you want it to be. 17 has climbed to new heights and started beginning together in the same goals. All right. One of your favorites? Yeah, I don't know. It's not that it's bad. I like the punk funk vibe to it. It was fun. It was bouncy. But you got to remember too, like I'm just hearing these for the very, very first time. Sometimes when it takes a couple listens to like really start to really feel something and really start to hear all like the little special things that are going on. I mean, I enjoy that there was a brass section in this. I thought that was kind of neat. There was a month between the last bunch of songs and this one. Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep in mind too. You've heard these songs probably dozens of times. Dozens of times. So far, I think my favorite has been like the live stuff. And I see down here it says once we finish up here that we'll be moving on to live stuff, which is cool. I bet you that it'll probably have more of an impact on me when I see this done live, you know, when I see like their cadence and like what they're able to do as far as like the movements and all that stuff. And how they're able to like control their voice with all of that. That's where it all starts to kind of come together and become like, that's where you get the wow factor, at least for me. Yeah, another day. Yeah, obviously another day. Let's move on to the next one. I think this is a cool stream though, because I feel like this is a really nice introduction to like some of the writing style, understanding how like, you know, Woongi and the other guy kind of does it, and like their overall approach to song structure and sound design. I think this is giving me a great idea of that. It's giving me a great idea of, you know, where they sit tonally now. Everything is incredibly beautiful and clean, but I think once we see this live, it's going to push it to a different level. I had to guess. All right, so this is Fallen Flower.
떨어지는 꽃잎 베었던 너보다 애쓰는 손길 한번 주지 않아 아름다워서 더 아픈 미소가 슬픔을 담은 마음 같아서 흩날릴 날릴
Hey Nikki, how you doing?
흩날리며 떨어져 너에게로 지금 너무 보고 싶어 언젠가 만날 거야 마음속에 피어나는 나는 너만의 것 나는 너만의 것
Like this one.
아름다운 꽃을 피워낼 수 있다고 믿고 있으니까 falling 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 yeah 너에게 지금 falling 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 yeah 나는 너만의 꽃 나는 너만의
희미했던 미래마저 시간이 지날수록 더욱 뚜렷해져 날린 바람에도 내려 흩날리는 날 떨어진 마음이 다 다른 그곳은 분명히 세상에서 최고로 행복한 곳이라고 내 시선은 하늘 위로 다시 피어난 너에게로 이 순간을 시작으로 너의 전부가 되고 싶어 오늘만을 살아왔었지만 나 너를 만나 그래 모든 것은 내 네가 있다 사실을 알게 됐어 꽃이 피고 지는 사이 상처 낳고 네가 피어 우린 처음이자 마지막인 지금을 살고 있는 거야 내 모든 걸 걸어 늘 당연하다 생각하지 않아 이런 나를 진심으로 사랑해줘 흩날리며 떨어져 너에게로 지금 falling 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 yeah 너에게 지금 falling
Great hooks.
falling 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 yeah 너에게 지금 falling 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 yeah
Yeah, that's probably really good live too. Talk about another busy song. I'm really impressed with how busy the production is with having this many vocalists on it. Like that's something you're not really supposed to do, but they're able to pull it off in a way. Even the chorus there, like the arpeggiated synth in the background, like that's very busy even for like a 4-piece band. Like they make it work somehow though. Lush, great harmonies. This is really nice too. I like the kind of like acoustic nature of some of the verses on this one as well. It takes away from some of the layering on their voice. Yeah, the layering is something I'm surprised with these guys. I'm excited to hear these things live because I have a feeling there's not going to be as many backing tracks because there just wouldn't need to be. I mean, they can just kind of back each other up. But the production on this is very tight for sure. I like that one. Fallen Flower. This is again another one of my favorites here. Let's see here. I'm going to put that on the top 5 list here. Previously a Japanese release, Fallen Flower tells us despite the thorns and the challenges, flowers will continue to bloom. Even though flowers die and flower petals falls to the ground, they are light enough to float into the air. Showing 17 is finding the hope needed to face a new beginning for themselves regardless of circumstances. Interesting. He writes songs like he's scoring for a symphony. Yeah, exactly. Like almost like they're going to be instrumentals, but then he just drops 13 vocalists on top of the mix. I like that one a lot, actually. That's got some great hooks to it. I bet you it's great live, too. All right, let's move on to the next one. This one is Cheers. Like the bar in Boston? Where everybody knows your name? Which is kind of funny because this little thing here, yeah, Cheers, it's got like this kind of like, the font of this, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like, I don't know what the Cheers logo looks like. Well, now I gotta find it. Now I gotta find it. Yeah, it's kind of the same. Check it out.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've
See?
got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot.
This is also like one of the most politically insensitive songs ever.
Like to get away. All those nights when you've got no lights, the check is in.
Musically, this is one of the best like sitcom songs ever.
Hung the cat up by its tail, and your third fiance didn't show.
It's a great theme song.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name.
Anybody ever watch this show?
Roll out of bed, Mr. Coffee's dead. The morning's looking bright. And your shrink ran off to Europe and didn't even write. And your husband wants to be a girl.
Little transphobic there, buddy. Little transphobic there, Cheers. Let your husband be a girl.
Be glad there's one place in the world where everybody knows your name. And they're always glad you came. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where
MASH. Yeah, man, I used to watch that too. Cheers, it didn't get to Finland. Cheers had like Ted Danson in it. A bunch of other people. Frasier was in Cheers. Remember Frasier? That guy was in Cheers. Cheers is around, supposedly it's a bar in Boston. I've actually been to the bar in Boston. And that's what the show was. And it was, but everyone just kind of coming to the bar and coming together and everybody knows your name. I used to watch with my dad too. I think everybody's dad loved Cheers and MASH. That was like it was dad television right there. Anyway, apparently also the guys in 17 are a fan. Let's see what they got to say about it. This is fun.
나도 모르겠어 어디 가지 올라갈지 모르다 하늘 위로 손들어 At the party Johnny At the party Johnny
Love the piano stabs.
party Johnny 하루 나는 너와 나 모두가를 받지 Catch now 없어 the rhythm freaky Everybody come with me 보고 me shake it 오렌지 방에서 건물을 돌리자 808 bass sound Rhythm and no prime grooving White spray cap 바퀴 160 BPM 속 버전보다 열이 펌2표 양옆에는 12명 고속도로 달려 저 구역 가입했어 아무도 못 따라해
I like this.
나도 모르겠어 어디 가지 올라갈지 모르다 하늘 위로 손들어 At the party Johnny At the party Johnny At the party Johnny 하루 나는 너와 나 모두가를 받지 Catch now 없어 the rhythm freaky Everybody come with me 보고 me shake it 오렌지 방에서 건물을 돌리자 모두 따라해 손들어 찼어 모두 따라해
This is a jam.
모두 따라해 손들어 찼어 모두 따라해 각자를 찼어 우리가 맘에 들어 I don't give a fuck 불어나는 자리수 쏟아지는 폭포 신나만을 막 뱉어 살짝 숨이 조져 우리 따라 춤을 춰 엉덩이 펑펑
I like this better than Hot. Damn, they ended with a banger on that one. Okay. Yeah, I like that one better than Hot. That is a single right there. That's a good jam right there. Really nice. Very, very nicely written. It shows off some vocal ability, some cool rapping, awesome hooks to it, and really cool production with having kind of like that piano stab thing in there. I thought that was really neat. It was interesting. No decay whatsoever. Just bam. I dig it. It was tight. It was punchy. I love some punchy pianos. You love their lives? That's the thing, man. I think there's a lot that I'm missing from going through 17 for the first time, listening to an album without seeing. Let me close this. Without seeing the lives, and I've seen them perform live, and it is a spectacle. It's something pretty wild. So I'm looking forward to checking out some of these songs live. I'm not sure if I'll do it on my own or do another stream of it, but it was an interesting album to say. It was definitely an interesting album. It's experimental in some degree. I think it really shows off some really creative writing, which I do appreciate. And I feel like I learned a little bit more about the guys, too, about their humble beginnings, about how close they are with the Carrots, and how much they actually care for their fans. These guys seem to have a pretty cool backstory. They seem pretty funny. They seem like they got good personalities, and they definitely can move and dance. I mean, they get the full package here. I guess it's just going to take me some time to really warm up to 17's entire vibe. But I do appreciate some of like the similarities they share with like one of my favorite K-pop or my favorite K-pop band, and that makes me a little bit more interested to check out more. I really enjoy Woozy, and I forgot the other guy, their production style on this. It's incredibly busy, it's inventive, it's creative, and it's just not exactly what I was expecting from an album. They can definitely write a hook, 100%. They can write an awesome hook, as we hear from the chorus from Hot and Cheers here. I think it's just incredibly catchy. So yeah, some really interesting writing as well. We'll do live sometime soon. Yeah, I'm just not sure exactly when. Remember to look at the docs for the last song. Oh, is there another song? I thought that was the last one. Yeah, Cheers is the last one. Yeah, it was the last one there. Oh, they had a Killing Voice performance too. That'd be fun too. I really enjoyed some of their like more like acoustic-y ballads they had with the pianos and the acoustic guitar and stuff when their vocals came to shine. The gripes that I have with this album is some of the layering effects. They have beautiful harmonies. I know they've got incredible voices, and just having some of like those extra choir layer effects on their vocals, I feel it kind of takes you. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it sound as polished and as massive as possible. But they have the talent right there. Just use their natural abilities. But for whatever reason, they decided to go with the layering techniques, probably because in the final masters, it sounded just that much better. But I feel like I really wish they would have gone with a more clean approach as far as vocals. But we hear that more live. And that's what I've heard from some of their lives. That's kind of my main gripe with this album. But other than that, I think this is a really interesting one. And a very popular one for that, too. I mean, 2 million copies in the first couple weeks. That's pretty wild. I didn't read the description for Cheers. Yeah, let's read the description for Cheers. A hype song featuring the 3 SVT leaders of each unit, where they revisit the past, the challenges they've overcome, and say cheers to their present success and their unknown future. Many of the lyrics include comments that were made about the album and their career, the acknowledgement they had from their basement, literally. But they have now built themselves up to a new heights. Yeah, there's some interesting lore to this band too. They've been around for a while. They had to buy their own equipment. They had to do what every garage band does. I don't really feel too bad for them that they had to go and buy their own mics and stuff like that. That's just what new artists have to do. I can't tell you how much equipment that I had to buy out of my own pocket before I started getting paid for it. That's just what happens. That is what it is. But, it takes a certain kind of drive and dedication to go and do something like that. Before you're big and famous and you have people paying you for your music, it's a risk to spend so much money on stuff. Microphones are expensive. Equipment is expensive. It is an investment, and most people don't make it. And that money could be put on education, could be put on a car, or something for your job or whatever, that will help you out. So it is a risk, especially while you're young. But it's a risk that millions of people have to take. I know in the idol industry, usually the company pays for that stuff, and that's a thing. That's a thing. But still. But here's the thing too: is those agencies and stuff like that. You better believe you're paying for your own equipment. If you think those artists aren't paying for their own microphones, yeah, they are. They are. It's just not being written off as one little thing. Oh, okay, here you're paying for the microphone. They're just gonna be no, we're actually just gonna charge you an extra $1,000 for this studio session, or an extra $500 for this to and from transportation service. They find a way to make you pay for it. You pay for it without actually probably ever owning it. The company still owns it, but you've actually paid for it. It's a shifty thing labels do. And it's not just Korea. It's everywhere. It's everywhere here for sure, man. And their contracts seem a little bit shorter as well. 5 years instead of like the traditional 7 years. You know, so I mean, you end up paying for this stuff one way or another. It's just, you know, it is what it is. But this is a lot of fun. 17 Face the Sun. I guess if I had to rate it on first listen, I'd probably say a 7 out of 10 for me. You know, but that's just first listen. Sometimes I'll rate an album and I will literally give it a 3 out of 10, and then I'll hear it like 2 or 3 more times, and it becomes like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 for me. It just takes some time to kind of grow on you. And since I'm very new to this group and everything, it's kind of hard for me to, you know, really resonate with what they're saying or their lore, their backstory. But I feel like after this stream, I know a little bit more about them, and I'll be more prepared for once I hear their live stuff. You know, the impact of their story, how close they are to the fans, and their very humble beginnings. The initial 7, the second contract is usually shorter. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yes, that's a very good point. You agree, Jasil? Yeah, exactly. It just takes a couple times to get into it. Like, I always get bummed out when there's an artist that I absolutely love, you know, like one of my favorite artists, and they release a new track, and I'm like, no, man, I don't like the direction of this. What's going on? What's happening? And then I listen to it a couple more times. I'm like, okay, all right, this isn't bad. And then a couple more times, I'm like, okay, I like this song, you know? Maybe we're just fooling ourselves into liking something, or maybe we're just, you know, it's just we hear it a couple times, so like our brains can like sync with the beats and melodies, but I don't know what it is. No, you guys did a great job. Seriously, thank you so much for putting this whole thing together for me. I mean, this isn't easy. Like, you guys didn't have to come together and try and share this with me, and I'm incredibly appreciative of that. Like, I don't take what you guys do for me lightly. Like, the fact that you guys put together these Google documents, put together a playlist of the songs, try to frame this in a way for me to understand, like that's a really cool thing and a really nice thing to do for people. You guys don't need to do that for me, and you do. And it happens every week with multiple different streams and everything for like over a year now. Like, I'm incredibly lucky to have you guys willing to help me out and show me these things. So I feel kind of bad when I say, like, it's not like my favorite thing. Like, a part of me wants to be like, oh man, they put so much work into this. Like, make sure not to shit on their favorite music. And I don't think I did here, but like, that's kind of in the back of my mind, you know. But I do want to be honest with you guys. I do want to be transparent and real with you as well. I mean, there's enough people out there, you know, go, whoa, this is the best thing ever. I can't believe this. You know, like that I feel like, I don't know, it becomes a little disingenuous, you know. But I mean, I do appreciate what you guys are doing, like putting this together for me. Like, it's a very, very cool thing you guys did for me and everybody here and all the people that are going to be watching later. Like, it's a pretty small crew here today, but like hundreds or thousands of people will watch this later, and they have like you to thank for that entertainment. Like, you guys are awesome. Thank you for doing this. No, thank you for hanging out, for just enjoying some time with me. But that is going to do it for me here today. I'll be back Sunday. I think we're doing a BTS award ceremony stream. So I guess like there were award shows or something. I don't really know too much about it. I haven't really talked to the team about that. But I've been going into these things like blind. I learn about them literally 10 seconds before it go live, which isn't the smoothest thing sometimes, but it's definitely authentic. Hey, Seuss, you're here. Yes, we are. Award shows from the beginning to the end. Oh, cool. All right. So I'm assuming it's going to be something pretty neat. So the award show performances and maybe some cool speeches. Oh my God, I'm just thinking about them like breaking down and stuff again. Is it going to be one of those streams? Am I going to be emotionally traumatized from this? I don't know. But guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I'll be back Sunday. Live request Wednesday. I can't do it again this week. Apparently I have to work an Elton John concert. Yeah, lame, I know. Even though I love Elton John, but he's taking me away from Live Request Wednesday again, which is a bummer. But I'll be back Tuesday with Crystal, which will continue the rise. I don't know if we'll rewatch the old episode, or episode 5, because we had to cut it short last time because of internet shit, or if we'll just start the next one. I don't know. We haven't figured it out. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, everybody.